I say, yeah. Ooh, she joined in. This up and coming. This your boy, motherfucking Jones. If you're new, like, comment, and subscribe. Cue the tape. Welcome. If you're new, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, motherfucker Jones. We got a goodie today. We have somebody that I bumped into while I was hosting at a Juneteenth event. And I was like, yo, this young lady is talented. And she started with poetry and then bust out a 16 that was crazier than half of the dudes that was performing. So I was like, all right, she's a problem. I want you guys to give it up for Hartford and Bronx very own Shanell Sharpe.
Hi.
You can look wherever you want.
Okay.
This your camera specifically, but you know, it's conversation. Whatever you want to do, whatever feels comfortable, whatever is clever. Okay. But how you doing today? Thank you for coming.
No, thank you for having me. I'm feeling good. I'm doing well. I really can't complain, you know.
You out here living life, doing good, drinking your cold pressed juice.
Juice on deck.
Nah, what does that do specifically? Is that like or is it just like aesthetic? Like I'm healthy,
even.
So I should be drinking something green.
No, the thing is, I'm not that healthy. I'm trying to get more healthy. Yeah.
So they be getting niggas with the green shit.
Yeah, cause like I don't be like eating a lot of vegetables too much throughout the day. So I'm like, you know what? If I don't want to eat the vegetables, I at least gotta drink it.
Conscious effort. I dig it. All right, without my ADHD kicking off, let's get into the interview. I honestly wanted to start this off with the whole, how did you start X, Y, and Z, but I wanted to kick it off with, how does it feel to be doing something, because I just found this out, how does it feel to be in waters that you're wading, but you're dead killing shit? Is it still like a feeling of adjustment, or like have you found your stride yet?
To me, what's crazy is because you're not the first person to ask me that, but for me, I feel like I've been grinding forever, like forever. And it's just kind of like right now, I would say I'm building the traction, but I've been doing this.
Right.
But just hopping around different places and doing it. So it's like, you know, it's fresh to a lot of people, but in my head, I'm like,
you been like y'all just catching on, like yeah, what's up? Like, nah, I respect it because that's like the kind of mantra that I follow as well. But it's like being in a game that you're in, like it's kind of tough. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough crowd, like especially being a young woman, being in a game that's so male predominated. It's like, you coming out swinging, when do you stop having to swing? You know what I mean? And it's like you say, you've been working for a minute.
Yeah.
So do you feel like these are the fruits of your labor?
Definitely, definitely for sure. I feel like, at this point, like God is really looking out. I mean, He's been looking out, but I feel like right now, like I could definitely like see, like it's really like paying off. And I'm glad you said like being a woman in this industry and field and area of life in general. It's just different. Like stuff that I've encountered, I would have never thought. Like people like I looked up to as rappers, like men, like I just seen them drag women, like even like for me, like like it's very.
It's cutthroat.
Everybody just want something out of it for them only. It's rare that you're gonna come across somebody that just genuinely wants to help you just to want to help you.
Right.
Either like they want sex, they want hella bread, they want, and it's just like, don't get me wrong, you gotta have some bread to put into, you gotta invest in yourself, but it's just it's really outrageous. Like
yeah, especially when it's the expected currency.
Yeah.
Cause it's like I get All right. I understand how the game go, especially being a young man in this world that misogyny has kind of shaped it. But like a lot of the times, like just like you said earlier before, off camera, like it's how you present yourself and how you want to be, I guess, looked at or looked upon. And it's like I feel like a lot of people backtrack or kind of, I don't want to violate, but they kind of poo-poo away with their morals just to get to certain places. You know what I mean? And it's like, for you to understand that and then also be hit with all of those things at once, especially in a new field, it's like, it's commendable. Because like I said to you on camera, I was like, I wanted to ask her this question. It was like, how is it for you coming into a game like this, especially a newcomer, where it's so easy for you to lead with your assets? Like, how is that navigating this realm right now?
Yeah, I think like I was telling you before off camera, like, don't get me wrong, like, I pop out, I get sexy, it's a time and place for everything, but I just feel like, at my core, I gotta remain who I am and stay true to myself regardless, first and foremost. So, that doesn't include me hopping on the track talking about something, my pussy wet, he gonna eat it, like, I'm not,
right.
That's just really, I feel like I really do got a gift, and I want to share that with as many people as possible, and I want to push that,
right.
Like,
Yo, you media trained? Yeah, she's that nice. But like, cause it's two lanes that people are trying to cut. When in all factions, like you got people like Rhapsody, you got people like Tierra Whack. You got so many different young women that are out here killing shit. But it's my pussy's wet, eat this, do that, just like it is with us with the I fuck a bitch, suck a bitch, do this bitch, this, you know what I mean? And it's like to be in that gray area, because it should be black and white, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to your art, like it should be you either get to express it how you'd like, or you keep cookie cutting and Milli Vanillian, you know what I mean? But some people kind of look at this and don't want to put it in the category as respected as my pussies and this, that, and the third, and it's kind of weird to me.
Definitely. But again, like, even though like that is true what you're saying, but I don't even judge, people doing that, because I feel like you're gonna get it how you get it. Like, and if that's what you want to do and that's what you choose to do, like, it's no judgment. Like, I feel like everybody in this world done did stuff that, they had to sacrifice and do things they probably ain't want to do. Maybe for them, that's just their way. You know what I mean? So,
I be like, get it how you live, but you also got to understand, like, the things that come with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially, you're just a young woman in this game just trying to get it regular. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you was out here and did slip one time, you suck a little something, or you do something. to get where you're going, you know what I mean? Cool, whatever. Yeah, no, and I'm not doing it no more. Mm-mm. But you already on that slippery slope.
Yeah, ain't no slippers over here.
Right. So like I said, it's get it how you live, but you also have to understand what comes with it.
That's facts.
But now we can get into the cookie cutter questions, because my little curiosities have been calmed for now. Cool. How did you start?
So I would say, like, I really started just with poetry. And a lot of people started knowing me only for poetry. Like, was it in a high school thing? Like, did you start in middle school? Like, I started writing poetry when I was like 8, 9. Like I couldn't even write a sentence. Yeah, I was writing poetry, for real. Like, and it's crazy because like I just never showed nobody. I didn't start showing people until like I went to school. Like I went to college. Like that's when I started kind of like showing people like my poetry. And they used to have like like open mics on campus and stuff. Oh, that was the spot. Yeah, so then I used to like do things like that. But when I was like 9 years old, I found, it's crazy because I was going through my aunt's like stuff that was like in her box, rest in peace. And I found an old poem that I had written, and I guess she had kept it. But it was about like a girl. I was 9, and the poem was about a girl committing suicide. And I was a happy kid, so I don't know where I got that from or what was going on, but yeah. It was crazy. At 9 though, at 9, having that vivid of an imagination, you had a calling, and your aunt, rest in peace, she saw it. Yeah. It's a reason she kept that, and that probably
like boosted your shit when you
like,
saw it, because you was like, I was doing this back then.
Yeah.
Of course, because look what you could do now.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's like that fuel as well, because now it's like, okay, watch when I really step out.
Yeah.
What made this transition happen though? Because like I know, I say a lot of poets should rap, but a lot of people can't rap.
Why do you say that?
I say that only because wordsmithing and being a lyricist and all of that is a major key to me in hip hop and in rap. So it's like the metaphors, the similes, the different ways, the imagery is just retarded. You know what I mean? And then if you're able to really find somebody that's able to bring your sound out of you, which I feel like not a lot of people can do. I just recently talked about this in episode 2 of this season, and I was like, yo, more people should strive to work together, because so many people have gifts that need to be brought out of them that certain people could do and certain people can't. And it's like we're cutting off so many things just by this whole cut them off culture, and if somebody do something wrong, we don't gotta talk about it, ghosting bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, did anybody bring that out of you? Like, was that like a shift or?
Yeah, I would say, like, honestly, I just started kind of like listening to beats and like making my own songs, and I would show my best friend, Crystal. I was like, yo, what you think about this? She was like, yo, that's hard. And then we just had a conversation in her living room one day, and I was like, yo, I think I want to start doing some music. She was just like, yo, let's do it. Come to my house every day. We'll record freestyles. Like,
when was
come
this?
to my house after work. This was like a few years back. And
like
I was
recent?
Like, yeah. And
oh
I was just
shit.
Like, I was like, nah, like, I don't know. Like, she was like, nah, we're gonna do it. And then I met, then I ended up going to a studio meeting an engineer. His name's RT, and he was just kind of like, I went, and me and my best friend, we split the studio session, and then he gave us back the bread, and he was like, nah, like, y'all good. And he was just like, but I want to, like, you know, work with y'all some more though. Like,
right.
And he just started letting me record for free and started, like, you know, showing me different beats and like showing me how to like maneuver my voice and, you know, how to make it sound like this. He was like, oh, try singing, try doing this. Like, he really, like you said, like, and this is why we got to connect, because like he really helped me like bring that out of me too. And then yeah, that's. Yo,
you want to know what's crazy? Because you gave me the perfect segue. Because I have an ear for music, weirdly. And I need to stop saying that, because I've been around music my whole life. DMX is close to my family. All of these things, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But like, you think like, okay, how can I do it this way? How can I do it this way? And then it's like so many people like struggle through that process of trying to find how they should sound, want to sound, even what's appealing to them. And it's like, hearing your voice, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect your voice. You get what I'm saying? Like seeing you, like even when you started and you did the hi, like that's what I expected. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on a track, when I got the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That freestyle, that Rebel Sharpe,
right?
Like, yo, and I was like, so when you told me you was from Hartford, I was like, you Connecticut nigga, you got this, like, yeah. That's crazy. That's
another thing.
But Hartford,
like a lot of people don't know. Like,
Hartford is different though. Niggas don't know that.
Yeah, like I think when people think Connecticut, they think like 50 Cent Pharmacy bought his house. Like, you know, it's not that. Like,
right.
Literally, worse things happened to me in Hartford than when I was in Harlem.
Right.
Literally, like no lie.
Now Hartford, Connecticut itself is a different animal, just because realistically, like we got mad outlets, even though we want to act like we don't, and we want to keep, you know, like striving and going towards that gra boom shit. But niggas got mad options in the city, bro. You got mad shit to do. You go up in the boonies, Hartford, Danbury, even if you go to fucking Fairfield, right there, it's nothing to do.
Yeah. No,
so all they doing is drugs. All they doing is wilding. Cause the fuck else could you do? Yeah. And it's like, it's sad, but it's just happenstance.
But don't get me wrong.
It's still lit though.
But don't get me wrong. Up here, like out, like in the Bronx, Harlem, like, you know, I've been back and forth since I was a kid. Also, it's very bad.
Oh no! So, we ain't shooting no bail to the fucking Bronx, bro. Like we already know.
Yeah,
we already know. There's like worldwide known information about the Bronx. Nigga said,
crazy. Literally
no
nuts.
Bronx slander, but like Bronx slander, bro. That's a thing.
Literally nuts.
But like stepping into the whole rap game, right?
Yeah.
Do you see yourself still doing poetry?
Yeah, nah, I'm still doing it. I just feel like I'm just so focused on music right now, just because we've been gaining so much traction, like on TikTok,
right,
Instagram, like other platforms. So I'm like, okay, let me keep going with this while
you gotta capitalize.
Yeah.
You gotta capitalize.
But no, I'm very active in poetry. I still write poems, like I still perform poems. I just did a work, and that's another thing. Let me say, I have an app called Sharpe Mindset.
Ooh.
It's like a
online
SEO.
I might have to talk to you after this.
No problem.
All right. Thanks.
I work with kids, so I'm a counselor in the Bronx too.
Oh, that's
so
fine.
I have an actual 9 to 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Like most creatives nowadays, because who the fuck could just... the sleeping on the couch thing is not cool. You getting clowned for being broke, so...
Yeah. So my kids really inspire the kids that I work with. And basically, it's like social emotional learning through like music and poetry. And I got some talented ass kids. Like, they are so dope. So I feel like even them, like... I see them making $1 million by the time they graduate,
right?
Type of thing. Like I'm gonna help as much as possible in that.
That's fire.
Well, not all of them, but at least like there's a few.
These niggas is trash. Some of them are nice though.
But yeah, so and then that kind of took off, and then I got that in 2 schools in Harlem, 2 schools in the Bronx, and now I'm trying to push it to an organization.
I was about to say, because I was doing my snooping once. I told you, once you posted that freestyle on Rebel shit, I was like, ooh. Do my research really quick. And I saw Sharpe Mindset, I saw all of your things, and I'm like, yo, like, you're very eclectic. Like,
yeah. Oh, also shout out to We Are One. That's my sister's nonprofit organization. She's also adopting Sharpe Mindset into her curriculum.
Is that the one that was at the Juneteenth thing as well?
Yeah.
I think her is Patty Soul Free,
Patty
I believe.
Soul Free, yeah.
She follows Talk Your Ish and Up and Comin. Shout out to her. Like I said, if you're new, like, comment, and subscribe, feel me? Because we trying to get to a K, you feel me? So I can start doing the monies. Realistically speaking, you have a dope ass support system. Like, you have a dope ass support system. Like, even your friend is the one that told me about what you do. And I was just like, because you were performing, and I told you, I was genuinely like, this is interesting. She's very good. And I was just talking to her, and she was bigging you up. Yeah, she was bigging you up. OD, and I was like, yo, that's fire. So fire, so fire.
And that's why I gotta make sure I make it.
Exactly.
And
that's why I had to key on that, because like I said previously in this interview, like, so many people don't understand we could grow so much further with connections than we can without them.
Yeah.
And like the fact that you are blessed with your connections and also feed them as well, like, kudos to you. You know what I mean?
The thing is, I'm blessed with my connections. That's my people that I actually grew up with. Like,
that's what I mean. People don't understand that.
I don't have no huge connections. Everything that we've done so far, like, if anything, niggas was trying to play me.
Right.
So everything we've done so far, like, we ain't have no handouts. It's just literally getting out the mud, literally meeting people, connecting across. Right. Not trying to connect vertically.
Yo, she said something that, what's her name? Issa Rae. She said that.
Oh, I didn't even.
When she first came out, I'm gonna find the clip and I'm gonna put it in here.
We try to, like, when we network up, and it really is about networking across, like, who's next to you, who's struggling, who's in the trenches with you, who's just as hungry as you are. And those are the people that you need to build with. It's not about, like, finding, hitting up, like, calling Tyler Perry, like, how can I work with you? Calling Ava to be like, how can I be on? It's about calling your college mate. It's about calling your coworker and saying, hey, you trying to do this? I'm trying to do this project. And literally every project that I've done, every friend of mine has been in some way, shape, or form, because I needed them, because they were just down. They didn't, they're not even part of the industry in many cases, just to help me make it work. And I would do the same for them.
But no lie, people are so gung-ho on trying to get up and be the next that they don't understand what they got next to them. Mm-hmm. You keep looking up and you forget what's next to you. And it's so whack, because, like, you see so many creatives and situations happen to where it's like, really? That could have been dope. But it just falls apart because people are shitty. But you got a dope ass support system. You have a dope ass energy about you. You have a dope ass situation that actually goes towards what you like and want to do, and are talented at. So wherever you headed, It's divine. It's supposed to happen. It's a part of your journey. And I can't wait to see what's next, honestly.
Thank you so much.
Because, like, it's going to be dope. Like I said, you got an app. I'm trying to do an app. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, we're going to talk. We're going to talk. Okay. But project-wise, I want to hear how that's looking.
Yeah.
Cause like you create the apps, you do all of these things, poetry. Like how are you gonna start kicking into gear for the now newfound part of your creative?
Right. That's a great question. So
thanks.
Right. So right now, so I put out a project last year. That was my first project I put out. It's called Shanell's Diaries. So right now what I'm working on is Shanell's Diaries Part 2. So Part 2 of that, yeah.
Okay.
So basically it's just me like sharing my life.
Is it an EP? Is it an album? What are you leaning towards?
It's a project.
Right. We were just talking about this. We need to bring the SoundCloud back. Like for real. So you could just drop a dope ass project and not have to call it anything, worry about. We need mixtapes again. For real. We should create a mixtape app.
That's dope.
Oh wow.
That's dope.
You heard it here first, folks. No, but how do you set up something like this, right? While still juggling the 9 to 5, and do you actually have kids of your own, or because you said my kids, and I was like, yo, she's so passionate about these kids. That's fire.
I've been telling their parents like, this is my son.
Right.
My school daughter, but they're not with you.
Right. So. That's fire. Yeah, you're gonna be a dope ass if you're looking to be a mom, right? Like if you're looking, because I know that's the thing now. Don't tell me I got it.
It's not even about do I want. Actually, it's really that's not even a question.
Can you?
It's more so with who. Because
that's why I said can you? Because realistically, you got people freezing their eggs in hopes of finding somebody, and if they don't, they gonna just drop some random niggas sperm on your eggs. That's bugged out. So me, I'm just like, people, connections, all of these things, they're poo-pooing them away, and we don't have many options. Yeah. I get it, I get it. But like I said, I ain't want to, make it seem like, because most people, they don't, I'm thinking about, can I in all aspects? That's why when you said it, I was like, yeah, can you? Like, because can I even deal with another individual and have another individual? Because we can't even communicate regular. Imagine if we got to communicate about another individual. That's crazy. For 18 years, we can't even communicate for years, like 2 months to be in a relationship, let alone 18.
And I feel like I've seen a lot of situations where like, I've seen like where a girl will have a kid with a guy to like make him stay, and then it ruins the relationship. No. So it's like.
And you heard it from her. She said it. Because I've seen it. I've seen it happen, and a lot of women say that's a one-off. No, it happens a lot. It happens way more times than not. But then they come back with the one-offs, like the dudes that try and trap the girls, and it's like there's not many chicks that dudes want to be around that bad. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. But outside of that, it's just inflation, to the economy, social status, all of this bull. I don't want to have to talk to my. I was the kid that was very observant. So when I was young, and I saw a transgender person, I said, "Oh, mommy, look, a he/she," because as a kid, I didn't know. But now, as a kid, like, you have to know. Like, you have to know. It's not an innocent conversation no more. It's just like, it's so.
You gotta talk about it. Like,
everything is
so open at our school with that, and we talk about it.
Everything is so high strung now.
Especially like in California and New York City, like they're very much like strict on it. Like, I think a couple schools in California even have the non-gender bathrooms.
Right.
We haven't really transitioned into that in the Bronx at all, but.
It's very prevalent, and like raising a kid now would be.
It's difficult. I think everybody has different preferences, different opinions on it, so it's difficult. Hey, look, I'm glad right now I don't gotta worry about that.
Right. She said my kids go home.
Focus on my goals right now, and that's really it. Like,
that's dope. Like, especially
my family.
Being in this space now, especially in the educational space and in the rap space, it's so trailblazing, because now you're doing things not only in this field that has been largely predominantly, I'm not gonna say it's been dominated by men, but administratively and things of that nature. In the schools,
women just now starting to,
right, they're just now starting to become deans and things of that nature. But like realistically, teachers have always, some of my best, I've had one great male teacher, and I can count how many male teachers I've had on my hand. You get what I'm saying? So for you to have that type of tenacity and that care for your children, which there are a lot of women teachers out there, like I said, but not a lot of them have the same type of effort or give a fuck, period. You know what I'm saying? So I commend you for that, because I know how hard of a job that is. But segue, would you continue
to be?
Yeah. Okay. Because when you blow, I'm not even gonna say if, when you blow, right?
Yeah.
How's that gonna work?
This how I look at it. I feel like I'm always, like, even the kids that I used to have that graduated, we still connected. I feel like I'm always gonna be connected to them no matter what. Right. But of course the goal is, like, eventually, you know, you're gonna wanna work for yourself or do something bigger. Right. And maybe I could even come do something so great, come back to my school, give it to them, let them take, you know what I'm saying? Like, really push, like I told you, my Sharpe mindset. Really, I'm always, even if I had $1 billion tomorrow, if I already had $1 billion tomorrow, I'm making sure I do something with the youth, because I do believe that's also one of my purposes. Right. I don't think we just need only one purpose and that's it. I think that's one of mine. So, yeah.
My mom thought I was crazy because she said, you a jack of all trades and a master of none. And I was like, why can't I be a master of all? There's just some things that I feel like I gotta do, man.
Nah, you gotta have, like nobody is one-dimensional, like, nobody.
Especially now.
I mean, if you just want to do one thing, then that's great.
Cool.
But everybody's different. I feel like if you're good at a lot of things, try to do as much as possible with those things. Don't get me wrong, there might be times where you have to put maybe one on the back burner to focus on the other more. But it don't mean that you can't do it ever.
Ooh. Spit them gems.
Yeah.
Niggas is yelling for you in the mic. You can't even hear, but niggas is yelling right now. Fuck. Cause like the construct behind like how we're supposed to be moving, it's been shattered, and now she a living example. She been speaking 9 to 5 shit. She been speaking all that dope shit that most people ain't talking about. She ain't got no kids. Like, you have a lot of examples out there. You have a lot of examples out there that's doing exactly what should be done. It's up to you to follow. But like I said, it's a difficult road to walk, whether you're doing the 9 to 5 shit and trying to be an entrepreneur or not. Right. But like, doing all of these things, trying to be a jack of all trades or a master of none, or focusing on one, like, just actually do something you give a fuck about. Cause like, it's gonna be evident, it's gonna show in your lackluster effort. But when you do dope shit and you actually give a fuck, you get commended by random motherfuckers. So, like I said, keep doing your thing, keep killing shit. And for me, besides the Diary 2, I would like to know what's next, because you was on a major stage, you was doing shows at Irving Plaza. Like, what's next for Shanell Sharpe?
that was big right there. Like,
that was fire. I saw that. I was like, oh shit. Let me catch up.
Shout out to Daniel. He reached out to me, cause he had seen Kiss. I was talking to Kiss about working together at one point, and then he reached out to me and was like, yo, like, what if you was to do, you know, the concert that they doing back to back? Would you be interested? I was like, yes.
Duh.
When? What time? Like,
sign me up.
I'm in there. So, and that was like my first like big show doing music. I had performed in a big show like that with just poetry before, but never music. When I was doing sound check, my hand was like this, like, literally like this. I was like. Like, that was in sound check. I was like, yo, what is wrong with me? Like,
how did it feel once you actually stepped on stage?
Once I did it was over. I was like, yo.
Because I saw some clips. It looked very natural.
Yeah. Once I was up there, it was, because how I look at it is like this. Like, it's either you're going to embarrass yourself in front of all these people, or you're going to go hard so they can't say nothing. Right. Like, so at that point.
It's either or.
Right. I was like, I'm not about to embarrass myself today.
That's fine.
I embarrassed myself a lot in the past, don't get me wrong. But today is not the day.
But not today.
Not today.
That's fire. That's fire. So,
Facts.
like I said, what's next besides the diary?
Yeah. So I would say next, just continuing to do like a lot of live shows. I think that I wasn't doing that before. Like then we had the pandemic and stuff like that, and I realized like that's like the quickest. It's not even just about quickness, but you know, you do these shows, people start to, they'll be like, oh, like maybe they're not coming for you.
Right.
That's cool. You don't have to come.
But you gonna leave fucking with me, nigga.
Thanks. And I feel like that has been so helpful to me.
Right.
And then, you know, I just did another show where I was kind of like just like the main headliner, and people were actually there for me. So that right there, I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so it's giving you that fuel to like keep going.
Definitely. And just even over the internet, you know, people, you know, on TikTok it's kind of easier to go viral than Instagram. But just seeing people, how they respond to it, people that I never met, people that's not where I'm from, that I don't know, they don't know me, just to see how much they are embracing it, like embracing the words. And, you know, I'm not your average female rapper, so to speak. I don't even like putting labels, but
right.
I mean, I'm not average, period. There's nothing average about me. But
nigga said, don't get shit.
But a lot of times people don't like what's not already going on. You know? So just to see them embracing it, knowing that it's not the average, it lets me know that I'm doing something right.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. Keep showing niggas what you got. Cause like, at the end of the day, nothing beat a blank but a try. And you already getting positive feedback. It's gonna be interesting once you actually hit that juxtaposition to have to make a decision with that 9 to 5.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was wondering, yeah. Cause like, I'm telling you, the tenacity you have, the focus you have, and on top of the fact that you're in a very pivotal time.
Yeah. Like
especially with the TikTok things happening, with the Instagram Reels, with all of this e-commerce possibility, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially with your already savviness and experience behind getting the app and things of that nature, it's like, oh yeah, you set yourself up to be prepared for this opportunity. So it's like, I can't wait to see how it turns out, because I know it's gonna be dope. I just want to know if I'm gonna be taking pictures at the BET Awards like this. You know, I interviewed her when she first started. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the, you know what I'm saying? I want to be the sway. You feel me? Word. Honestly, this was, I couldn't have asked for a better interview, but I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah,
because this you've said a lot of things that a lot of people I feel like need to hear. Men, women alike. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's out here trying to get it. Everybody's out here trying to understand how to get it and how to stay true to themselves as well while doing it. And it's like, if I can keep putting people out there like this, then, you know, I will continue to try. But it's kind of hard to follow up. Like, I just started rapping a couple years ago. I was doing poetry, you know, now I'm going viral and shit. You know, no big deal.
No, it's a big deal. Don't get me wrong, but I think what you said is so, like, what you just said is like, you got to emphasize that, because like no one really has everything all figured out. Like, even if it looks like they do, they really don't. Just because they did it, it don't mean they figured that out. Maybe something just happened. Like, you know,
optics is everything. Optics is everything.
We're all just learning and growing, and you know, we're trying to figure it out together. Like,
that is the ultimate fact. The ultimate fact. But until we actually understand that, we're gonna keep fighting, acting like we only need people for certain things instead of seeing what people can actually do for us. You know what I mean? Interesting times. I'm gonna let you finish that statement. But after that statement, I need you to look at your camera, tell everybody where to find you. I need you to spell it out for them, all nice for them. But continue what you were saying.
Okay. I was just gonna say, honestly, like, also, everybody's definition of making it is different. Facts. You feel what I'm saying? Success looks different for everybody. So, you know, a lot of people you could be like, okay, you signed a deal, you made it. I don't know, what if that's not success to me?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, what if it looks different?
You have so many people that have signed a deal before and it just didn't. Yeah, and it just didn't pan out for them. Like, it's just, whatever your success is, whatever you feel like your heart would be filled with if you accomplish, nigga, do it.
Facts.
Or try and aim towards it as best as you can. Or prepare yourself for if that opportunity does come. Because you'll never know.
Facts.
You'll really never know. But like I said, tell them people where to find you.
Okay, so at Shanell Sharpe on Instagram and at I'm Shanell Sharpe on everything else. And that's Shanell with a S, Shanell, Sharpe with an E.
That's not 2 S's. That's just 1 S, right?
Facts. 1 S.
Had to be sure, because I'm going to spell it too and put it under there. But yo, thank you for coming. This is a great ass fucking interview.
Facts.
I can't wait. If you're up for a part 2, I can't wait to see what's next and how it pans out.
Yeah.
Are we doing it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for coming. It's your boy. You telling people bye. We out of here. If you're new, like, comment, and subscribe. If you made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe. Deuces.